Have you ever wondered why some people seem to have life figured out? Why other people keep facing the same challenges? Well, it's not because they're lucky, and I'm about to unveil the big secret that sets them apart. Imagine this. There are hidden rules, like super secret codes of a game, that make the universe tick. And the successful people have cracked the code. They know these laws and they play along with them, making life an exciting adventure. Now, here's the twist. The unsuccessful people don't even know that these laws exist. So they keep doing the same things, hoping for different results, but end up feeling stuck and disappointed. But don't worry, this video is your key to unlocking these life-changing laws. I'll be showing you how you can master these laws and allow life and its endless abundance to flow through you. So what are these mysterious rules, you might be asking? They are the 7 principles of the universe from the ancient book, the Kybalion. And these are the collection of wisdom from the mystic himself, Hermes Trismegistus. And we won't just be talking about these laws. I want to bring them to life. So I'm going to be giving you real life application and examples. We're here to keep things as simple and easy to understand as possible. So let's jump in and start to unveil these laws so that you can learn to shape the reality and create the world of abundance that you deserve. The principles of truth are 7. He who knows these, understandably, possesses the magic key before whose touch all doors of the temple fly open. So the first law is the law of mentalism. The all is the mind. The universe is mental. I believe our mind is like an antenna. We have the ability to tap in to the universal consciousness. We are part of the whole. That means that part of the universe, God, source, is within us, and we have ability to tap into that higher level of consciousness. However, some people think that this is just the realm of the conscious mind that you're watching this video with. So they think that they can think their way there, but that's not quite true. You need to learn to clean your antenna so that you can tap into it. If you have a lot of trauma, if you have a lot of past wounds and distortions of your true worth, you won't be able to tap into this power and really utilize this first law. A lot of people go wrong here with the law of attraction or the law of assumption. They think that whatever they're aware of consciously, they'll just start thinking better thoughts. They'll assume that they're worthy. They'll assume that they're abundant. Yet they look around and nothing is reflecting back. Well, it's because you have a distortion at the subconscious level. And the power of this is you can learn to use your conscious awareness to start becoming aware of yourself, start to dig up and make that implicit experience, wound, energy, explicit by pulling it out through your conscious awareness, utilizing the executive function of your adult mind. Then you can look at it, re-reason on it, clear it out, transmute that energy, and be able to tap in and utilize the power of your antenna and into the mind of the universal whole. Learning how to do this is how you tap into this power, but you have to learn to clear out your antenna so you can tap into the universal mind, shifting that level of consciousness and allowing you to evolve to the highest expression that you possess. Now, the second law is the law of correspondence. As above, so below. As within, so without. This law talks about a connection between the macro and the micro. And one visual representation of this is going to be the very similar expression visually of a black hole and a human's eye. There is a connection between the spiritual, mental, and physical planes. They're all connected and in sync with each other. Now, how this looks in your own life is that there's a direct correlation between whatever is happening in your life right now and your inner dynamics. That your inner world is literally what you're seeing projected out and cast out onto the canvas of your reality. A lot of times people get stuck trying to interact and fix and change their physical environment. Maybe somebody's treating you poorly. You're trying to think of them in a different way, and they get really distorted and really away from their true power, which is going inside. If you keep attracting somebody, you're not creating that energy in them, but you're attracting a dynamic into your life. So rather than trying to go and fix and change that, you go in through the law of correspondence. Another way I found to wrap my head around this idea is to change the word correspondence to consistency or correlation, that there's a correlation between my inner world and my outer world, or my inner world is consistently playing in my outside reality. What idea do I hold that would potentially bring somebody into my life that keeps treating me like shit, where I keep getting not valued in my work? Those kind of ideas can actually get you to the root, because what you also have to understand is your perception. You cannot actually perceive of anything outside of how you see yourself. Your eyes don't see your reality, your mind does. And your mind is a collection of all your beliefs, and a belief is simply an experience that happened in your past, and you put a meaning or a label as to why that happened. And you then see through those beliefs. So even if somebody was going to give you an amount of money or give you a job, you might be thinking, oh my gosh, this sounds fishy. I don't know. What do they want from me? I don't deserve that. Oh God, I'm going to mess it all up. They think I'm somebody who I'm not, because you have that limited view. So starting to go to the source can really help you tap in to the law of correspondence, understanding that your inner world is what is creating that outer world. And when you learn to shift it, create more space, you'll be able to receive what you're actually desiring right now. So the third law is the law of vibration. Nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. Now, the reason this is so important is because whatever you're sending out, Dr. Joe Dispenza would call this your electromagnetic signature. Whatever it is you're sending out, that is essentially your order form to the universe. And another way you can think about it is that is the state you are observing. And so that is what you're going to collapse out of the infinite possibilities of how your life can be, the expressions, the realities you can experience. You're going to collapse the reality that aligns with your vibration, your thoughts, feelings, and actions. Collapse it into your 3D experience. So if you want to change your experience, you're going to have to change your vibration. And everything, even the chair I'm sitting in right now, if we had a big enough microscope, we could see it vibrating. Now you will attract or will be in resonance with that which you vibrate in. And even if you want something different consciously, what matters is your vibration, who you are being. Now, a lot of times people get confused on this because they think, okay, whatever you're thinking about, if you change your thoughts and you're positive, you'll change your vibration. Now, that's only one part of the puzzle. The other part, the bigger part, is your feelings. And your feelings are the accumulation of your beliefs. If you believe that you're not good enough, you're not worthy, you're not valuable, you're not lovable, that's going to have you in a specific emotional state. Whatever is your dominant vibration is what you're going to attract from. So if you want to make a change here, you're going to have to go to your beliefs. And a belief is a strong opinion based on something that happened in the past. And that experience caused you to put a meaning of who you are because that happened, and ultimately a story of who you are because that happened. When you learn to start changing those stories and those meanings, that's when you're going to start to transmute those wounds and shift your dominant energy. So you don't have to spend 8 hours a day or 5 hours a day trying to think better thoughts and feel better, only to move back into a lower level energy. It's not just what you're conscious of. You've got to get to the root of those wounds and those feelings. When you do, you'll shift your energy, and everything in this universe works off of energy, so you'll then start to resonate and amplify in that specific energy things in your external reality. Now, the fourth law is the law of polarity. Everything is dual. Everything has poles. Everything has a pair of opposites. Like and unlike are the same. Opposites are identical in nature, but different in degree. So this one can be a bit more complex to understand how it's relevant in your life. Hot and cold, love and hate, courage and fear, and for me more personally, abandonment and connection. The duality of nature can help you appreciate it and actually help you learn to move closer to what you want. By experiencing what you don't want or don't like, you can learn to move away from it. For me, the law of polarity has helped me learn and appreciate connection. Through my experience with abandonment and rejection, it led me back to my own inner rejection. And when I started to learn to shift out of that energy and learn to connect more and deepen my relationship with myself, and I learned, oh, I like this. I don't like it, what I feel like inside as well as what is experienced in my outside world. When I'm rejecting, when I'm abandoning, help me appreciate, learn to love, and learn to be in that energy of connection. The law of polarity also helps with contrast. That contrast and learning what you like and what you don't like, who you are and who you're not, can help you understand yourself more. And when you do, you'll then clear out all the shit that is actually not you and you might have been attached to, and ultimately tap into the power of law number 1, the law of mentalism. Now, respecting and understanding that contrast exists can help you actually learn to build your capacity and expand your experiences as a human, which ultimately can lead you to higher levels of consciousness, and those higher levels can be represented and reflected back to you in your outside world. Now, the 5th law is the law of rhythm. Everything flows out and in. Everything has its tides. All things rise and fall. The pendulum swing manifests in everything. The measure of the swing to the right is the measure of the swing to the left. Rhythm compensates. So if you understand and starting to even look at nature, that a year has seasons. There is time to plant seeds and time to harvest what you've planted. The ocean waves come in and then they go out. There are phases of the moon. It's all in rhythm. Where you can learn to apply this and take advantage of this law is within your own life, that there are tides and seasons. What stories do you put on if something is in more of its fall time and it's time to plant seeds and you're not seeing the opportunities manifested in your outside world? Do you start to tell a story that you're not good enough, nothing you do matters, that nothing ever works out for you? This is a way for you to become aware through this law of rhythm. What stories and what deep meanings and perspectives do you have of yourself? Because when you learn to let go and trust, and learn to trust in yourself, which is actually the etymology of confidence. The confidence is trusting yourself and ultimately trusting that you're safe and you'll be provided for, not only with what you're doing and what you can do, but also that the universe has your back. A huge thing here is to see, do you resist or fight when a rhythm is changing? Do you learn to accept and learn to flow with it? What kind of themes are going on in your life right now? Now, if this is resonating and you're wanting a little bit deeper help with these laws and to gain more awareness and to build your self-worth and self-esteem, I'm currently offering for a limited time and limited spaces one-on-one sessions. You'll find a link for the application to work one-on-one in the description box below, so check it out if that resonates. Now, the 6th law is the law of cause and effect. Every cause has its effect. Every effect has its cause. Everything happens according to law. Chance is but a name for law not recognized. There are many planes of causation, but nothing escapes this law. Now, an easy way to understand cause and effect is that there is a source for every result you might find, even if that result is not what you want. For me, I tried to ignore this. I tried to tell a different story, and it put me as a victim. I felt powerless. I felt stuck because I kept finding abandonment. I kept finding lack. I kept finding experiences where I had to work really, really, really hard, and then I crossed my fingers and hope I'd be chosen. But I wasn't understanding the cause of that effect. And I am not saying that if somebody right now is being abusive to you in any sort of way that you're causing that. What you've got to understand is zoom out a little bit more. What energy are you participating in that is attracting people and experiences where it puts you in that dynamic? If you're in that victim state, if you're getting that abuser, that attacker, you're not causing them to treat you that way, but how can you learn to take back your power and respect and honor yourself and no longer self-abandon? That's what completely changed my life and my dynamic with relationships. I learned that I was self-abandoning, and because of that, I could only find people who who would also abandon me. And I could only receive that which I saw myself as. I couldn't get in a relationship that was deeper than the relationship I had with myself. So when I started to understand cause and effect, I started to change and use the law of correspondence to go deep inside and do the work necessary so that I ultimately no longer vibrated and resonated with that old energy and created a new energy in my life with people who were emotionally available, people who would emotionally excited and loved and adored me, because I had created that space within me. Now, this is not just at the mental level. This is at the feeling level. And again, those feelings are fueled by your beliefs. The more you start to look and see what you actually think of yourself, is it your own opinion, or is it because of the expectations, judgments, or treatment from other people at a certain time of your life? Learn to take back your authority of your self-image, because if not, you're literally giving the power of your self-image to other people. Now, the seventh law is the law of gender. Gender is in everything. Everything has its masculine and feminine principles. Gender manifests on all planes. Now, we can spend endless amounts of time abstractly talking about this in the universe, how it can directly apply and benefit you so that you can start shaping your reality is to understand this energy within yourself. Now, everyone, regardless of your physical gender, has masculine and feminine energy within you. Your masculine energy is going to be about taking action, about going and doing the things. The feminine energy is going to be more of your intuition, that emotional realm, receiving different insights and downloads from the universe or God or source. So balancing this energies is ideal. However, for most people, regardless of your physical gender, you're going to be skewed more masculine or more feminine. Now, that could look like you being a workaholic, constantly looking to do something in the world and in your job and in life, and not really tapping into how you're feeling, tapping into meditation, tapping into your intuition. Now, the opposite of that is kind of more so in the dream world, or kind of always wanting to meditate, never wanting to take action, and staying more in your feeling. But blending these two together is where you tap into the power of this law. And what does that look like? Well, I was doing it so much in my life the opposite way. I would take action in the world and I would go and want to do. I've spent my first part of my life in competition, so it was all about competing, judging, comparing myself with other people, and then taking action, working harder. But I never really zoned out to tap into my intuition. And I feel the way that this works, ideally, is to actually start with the feminine energy, tapping into your intuition, meditating, allowing yourself to receive different insights, different perspectives, stepping out of the dynamic to see if you can see it from a different realm, feeling into your body, understanding yourself. And then when you have that clear perspective, when you have that clear sight and understanding, then take action. If you keep taking action from the same level of mind, from the same perspective and same level of consciousness, you'll keep repeating the same behavior and getting the same exact results. So the only way to change this is to use your feminine energy and receive that different understanding, and then take action with that higher level of mind. Now, even after you understand these 7 laws, it can be hard to believe that your life can change before you actually see any changes happening. So this next video right here is going to show you exactly how you can start to believe before you see any changes in your outside world. So check it out right here.